with the Heat up 3-zip and Giannis is dealing with some kind of ankle sprain right now. Now I think this is about it for the Bucks. Like this is as far as they go with Giannis being being the guy in the Bucks. I think Giannis leaves. Like for me, like the Bucks sealed their fate when it comes to choosing Bledsoe over Brogdon. Like Malcolm Brogdon is superior to Eric Bledsoe due to the fact that just by the play style, Eric Bledsoe plays more like Giannis, right? Why do you need two players playing the same play style if your offense is predicated on just giving Giannis the ball and just going 1v5 and pass it out? And now it's coming to backfire you. Like I've said previously, the Bucks are basically the 2016 Warriors in a way where they're blowing out everyone, right? They're blowing out their opponents, playing super efficient. Their MVPs having one of the greatest offensive seasons ever, right? So eerily similar. Number one defense, number one offense, I believe. Giannis should have been unanimous MVP just based off his advanced analytics, his minutes, and his stats, and Defensive Player of the Year. Like he should have been, but they would have failed in the playoffs due to the fact that there is no gear to go above what they're doing in the regular season. Like they just face no adversity because of blowing people out. Like the main difference of the 2016 Warriors and the Bucks is that the Warriors were coming off a championship and the Bucks aren't. So the Bucks aren't familiar with the gear turn up compared to the Warriors, but at the same time, the Warriors were like 2 days ago in the playoffs as well, to my liking. Like, they were three down to 1, and that's when they came to pick it up to barely squeak by OKC team. So, right now they're going against the Heat, and they're facing adversity right now, right? When they're down 2-0, and you just by judging, like, there's no gear to kick up right now. They don't really know what to do due to the fact that, Budenholzer's been resting all his players, right? He's been doing the same thing over and over again. And here's how Budenholzer becomes like a very overrated coach in a way where he does not make adjustments whatsoever. Like he believes it's, his way or, the highway. And, he's playing his players with limited minutes. So he's playing, Giannis like what? Like 35 minutes? Like just by watching game 3 where, he took out Giannis and they were up like 10, right? The Bucks crumbled. And then when he put up Giannis in, it was too late. So he wants to try to keep his so-called players fresh, but it doesn't work like that in the playoffs. It's do or die. And Budenholzer should get fired. Like how do you go from on pace to 70 wins with this team and then get swept in the semis, right? Players, Dwayne Casey got swept and he got fired. Coach of the year. Right? When you underperform, you set expectations for your team, and Budenholzer is not the guy that the Bucks are placing their bets on right now. Like even people are putting out like trade theories of having Chris Paul coming to the Bucks, and that could work. That could work in a sense where you want to keep Giannis in the Bucks, right? Like, so you would have to put a championship caliber team around him. And it was my opinion that this Bucks we're never going to make it to the finals. But, the only surprising thing to me is they're getting bounced out in the semifinals, right? I thought they would get bounced out in the Eastern Conference Finals, where it was down to either the Celtics or, the Raptors again, right? Raptors have, depending on the outcome of the ranking so far, I didn't really believe in the Heat because the Heat are like overachieving in regards to the rookies, right? The rookies are continuing to produce. I mean, Kendrick Nunn has disappeared so far, and Tyler Herro has been doing decently, but Jimmy Butler and Bam and all the veterans have stepped up, and this is where the veteran presence comes in for the playoffs. I mean, in regards to the Raptors, like I don't really believe in the Raptors. I mean, yeah, I think my pick to go to the finals so far is the Celtics. Celtics have all the tools to beat any team in the East right now, right? I mean, they should have been up 3-0, but Brad Stevens, he overanalyzed the situation when they had to put Taco Fall in. Why didn't he just put Taco Fall in near Marc Gasol, right, and just have him play man to man? But they didn't. They lost off a last second shot that was a great pass from Kyle Lowry. Like, Pascal Siakam's been choking. Like, he is not the guy. I mean, this should really show everyone that Kawhi Leonard is the reason why this Raptors team transformed to what it is so far. And my pick so far for that series is still Celtics in 7. So we'll see what happens. But I think Giannis, his time is running out in Milwaukee. Like, just by judging off what they've done so far, and with the rotating ownership always going every 4 years and whatnot. This is gonna be a disappointing end. This is just very, very reminiscent to when Dirk Nowitzki won the 2007 MVP and they lost in the first round against the Warriors, like the AFC Warriors. So how disappointing would that be? How ironic is it that people want to say that the East was weak and LeBron deserves the MVP because he plays in the tougher conference? When we think about it, LeBron James was facing the same criticism as Giannis did in his first tenure in Cleveland. Like, it is so ironic that they'll use those same arguments. Like, instead of LeBron James, like, replace LeBron James' name with Kobe Bryant, and in the East, replace Giannis's name with LeBron James, right? Those are literally the same arguments and, counterpoints they were using with Kobe compared to LeBron James right now. And I think it's over, Like, the Bucks, even if they win 1 game, 2 games, I mean, even with that ankle sprain, it's over. This is not good for the Bucks right now. I mean, I think it might be time to do an all-in chip, because once Giannis leaves, like, they're gonna be left with a big bloated contract of Chris Middleton, Eric Bledsoe, Brook Lopez, like those guys. And now you'll truly see, what kind of team this Bucks is without Giannis. But they can salvage it right now next season if they're willing to trade, Chris Middleton and Bledsoe for, one Chris Paul to do one final run, right? That's on the premise that Chris Paul actually stays healthy for the whole year, because it's a huge risk. Chris Paul could get injured, like, easily. Like, it was great that, Chris Paul, he did not get injured whatsoever in the playoffs. He stayed relatively fresh, probably due to, the quarantine. So you need to factor into the quarantine lockdown where they have 3 months off, where he was able to rest his body. And, Budenholzer loves keeping his players fresh and all that for some reason. But, today they're playing, so we'll see what happens, how many minutes they play. But this is do or die right now. But, his job should be on the line. But we'll see what the Bucks do. But I think, yeah, Giannis is gone. He gone.